Alright guys, welcome back. This is a short update on the Victory and Glory project that I've got going on here. Switched a few things out, that being the naval ships, those little wooden meeple things are gone. I've kit bashed War and Peace and found some ship counters in there. I actually even switched out I was using the Victory banners from Commands and Colors for individual army representation. As it turns out, as much as I'd like to do that, I just can't do it because I need those to represent territorial control, and those are the best way to do that. So I had to steal those, and then I had to figure out what to use instead. So again, War and Peace, kit bash that for the Army nationality markers there. So any victory banners you see actually represent control of a particular territory. Just kind of had to do that. Everything else I believe is the same, except that useless, worthless, no good track that was stuck over the Ottoman Empire. I've turned into this. This is the battlefield. I ran through about 2 or 3 iterations of this, how to do this off board, and nothing, I wanted to stay within a particular theme, whatever that might be. Just nothing felt right until I remembered I had screenshots from a while ago, not recently, but from a few years ago, of the battle board from the Victory and Glory game, and cut that so it would fit in the useless time track, or whatever the hell that was. If the Ottoman Empire, again, this is the Ottoman Empire under here, I couldn't access it anyway. At least now that what's here is usable and pragmatic. But if the Ottoman Empire does come into play at some point, we'll worry about that when it happens. Again, of the iterations I've run through today, that feels the most, that feels right as far as theme. So I had run through again off board with the cards. I tried some miniatures, and it just didn't feel right. But this, I mean, if you zoom out, it's like it was meant to be there, and that's what I was going for. I didn't know it at the time, but I think that's what I'm going for. So the little pieces here from the yet to be introduced and reviewed Perry Miniatures Travel Battle set, and they fit just fine. In fact, I may blow up the battle board a little bit bigger. I still have some space to work with here that I've filled in with filler, but I can make this battle board bigger and give myself just a little more room. Now, as far as the unit stats, anything that is a 1 combat strength wise is not marked. Otherwise it is. So there's your 2 combat strength, 3 combat strength, etc. And then if something's disordered, I think I'll just switch something out or give them a little yellow die. No shortage of those dice. So what has happened? I ran through and took a bunch of notes, some of which, come to find out, I didn't have to, because, as I mentioned before, this handy dandy game manual even already had the starting army strengths and what they consist of for the at start scenario. Well, all of them, but the one I'm doing, dash to the Danube. So I didn't need to do that, so that was perhaps time wasted. But there were other things, and this is not by any means a practical way to play this game, although I would argue I've made it more interesting and again, arguably more fun. It is not, it's not a practical way to do this the way I'm doing this. And I'll tell you why. Again, because tons of notes that I've had to take. So anytime, you have to understand, everything that's set up, good to go. We have it archived, etc. But as soon as something changes, I have to write it down. Otherwise, I'll lose track of what each army consists of, for instance. So we started with the French turn. We got 3 activations, and I moved from Picardy into Belgium. And the reason I did that is because the army unit that was in Belgium used a card, and March moved into Bavaria. And then the third move I did was I moved from Naples to the Papal States. Cards that I used consisted of, what did they consist of? I had a heavy cavalry card, so I could change a light cavalry to a heavy cavalry. I had a forced march card I used. And I think that was it. So again, even the little changes, like for instance that heavy cavalry card, I have to note that and which army that applies to. I don't know what the hell, who and where. So every stack you see here, I have to keep track of. So it's not a practical way to do this. There probably is, and I haven't thought of it yet. But a lot of legwork as far as note taking. So that was that. Then the Allied turn, and I've messed with this off and on all day, and you think I would have gotten further. The Allied turn kicked off. They had 4 activations. Their first activation, I decided to move out of Vienna into Bavaria, and that is a hell of an Austrian army there. So I tried to retreat from Bavaria and failed on that attempt. So it came down to a battle, and there's 2 types of battles here. There's a basic battle and then your detailed land battle. If you have 8 or more units in your army on both sides, it's a detailed land battle. That's what this comes down to, which is what we have set up here. And that's where we're at. So again, a lot of fiddling and changing and trying things is eating up a lot of time today, but I think I've got it the way I like it now. So there's our land battle, and again, I have to obviously do everything that the computer would typically do for you, because again, I'm playing this the way it plays on the computer, and luckily I have this, which again literally lists, I won't run through it for you now, but it literally lists all the modifiers, numbers that are required to score a hit, etc. Probabilities, all of that is all in there, so I can roll the dice and run the thing. So that's all there. I forgot the leader stat on him. So that's where we're at, and I already mentioned the charts. The British did use some cards as well. They used a card that boosted them to 2 political points there. And what else did they use? They used something. Horse artillery. They got 2 horse artillery cards they used. So again, I had to note take that, which army and which city that affects. And a guard infantry card. It was the British subsidies card that gave them 2 political points. So that's where we're at. That's your update. Not sure we'll have anything else to add tonight. So next day or 2, stay tuned for additional updates. I'll zoom out again for you here. It's coming along nicely there. Not bad at all. Thematically wise, playability, it's pretty cool. All right, that's it. I'll let you guys go. Talk to you next time.